Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. 50 Cent pulls a power move. He's fed up with Big Meech because Big Meech crossed the line and went over to Rick Ross. So 50 fired and cut off Big Meech, then he fired and cut off Little Meech, and now he's trying to get even, so he makes his next move on the chessboard, and right now he picks up Big Southwest T to tell his side of the story, because the way the story looked more like Meech was the protector and Big Terry was really the baby brother. So right now, Big Terry get to make his own stance and stand firm as a man. Do you think 50 Cent was right or wrong for this? Somebody let me know. Put it in the comments. Let's begin this party. All right? So let's get this started, man. This is where it's at, right? Make sure you like, subscribe, and keep it moving, right? Let's set the tone. Let's slow this down and talk for a minute. Not internet code, not fan code, not street code. You know, this is just straight street code we talking about, because what's happening right now between 50 Cent and Big Meech and Terry Flenory isn't about TV shows. It's about lines being crossed. 50 Cent feel that Meech crossed the line. Do you feel that Meech crossed the line hooking up with Rick Ross? Somebody put it in the comment section. From 50's point of view, this is simple. He didn't just tell a story, he invested in a legacy, in the BMF family legacy. He put money behind the BMF brand. He put Meech's son in position, sent him to school, did everything he was supposed to do. He turned a street name into a corporate value. Now he's trying to suppress that corporate value and control it by picking up Big Southwest T, letting him tell his side, because he feels that Meech Flenory held out. You know what I mean? So now we're going to get the other side of the story. Now, right, he turned the street name into corporate value, right? The street code says if a man feeds your family, you don't disrespect disrespect his enemies, right? If a man feeds your family, you don't disrespect his enemies. Then Meech links up with Rick Ross, someone 50 Cent has a long-standing issue with. To 50 Cent, that ain't business. That's disrespect. How you gonna cross the line and go with Rick Ross? So now, in 50's world, disrespect gets addressed, not discussed. So he addressed that by getting Southwest T. Make sure y'all tune in and check that out, because I can't wait. I think it's tonight. Now, the consequence of the move, right? So what do 50 do? He doesn't argue. He doesn't beg loyalty. He cuts power, because he was the lifeline to the family, and now the family trying to move out on their own. You see, they done hooked up where Mayweather put them up in a nice joint over there doing their thing, but they can't get nowhere because 50 has suppressed the family. And now he decided to give Southwest T a chance to move forward, right? Now, Rick Ross, right, he cut off. Big Meech, he cut off. Little Meech's bag was affected, not out of emotion, but out of principle. Do you believe 50 cut the bag out of emotion or out of principle? Put that in the comments and let me know. If you blur the lines, you lose protection. If you blur the lines, you lose protection. That's street logic, right? Big Meech's stance, right? His perspective. Now, let's be fair, right? We can't give it all to 50 Cent. We got to look at it from both sides. From Big Meech's side, he might see it differently. He may feel he's bigger than one alliance. His name rings without permission. He shouldn't be boxed into another man's beef. Do you think that, you know, Big Meech's name doesn't need permission? Or do you think no man needs permission? But when a man do everything like 50 did for you to make your name a corporate brand, do you think you owe him any loyalty? Now, I did my time. This is what Meech is saying, right? This is how Meech feeling. Meech feeling like, I did my time. I paid my dues. I could stand where I want. I could stand with and whoever I want. That's pride. That's independence. And in the streets, pride is powerful, but it can also be expensive, meaning it's costing in the bag. Now, where Terry comes in, the real twist, right? Here's where it turns, surgical, right? It's where it turns surgical. Terry came home first. While Meech was still inside, Meech's version of BMF got told without Terry having a full say. Now, 50 Cent gives Terry the mic. That's not accidental. That's called strategic. Remember that, right? That's called strategic, right? Now, because brothers don't always agree, and Terry already hinted that there were things said, portrayals made, and decisions shown that he didn't stand on, that he don't agree with. So now Southwest T get a chance to air out Big Brother from his side of the story, and that's the strategic move by 50 Cent. So you understand, right? Now, so now, the other side gets told, and when family tells the story, it hits harder than enemies ever could. All right? So remember, you got dark secrets now. 50 gonna push, big Terry, you gotta give me more than that. That ain't enough. You know what I mean? You got more happening than that. You said that, but we're gonna make it this. Right? So now we're gonna see how they're gonna write this out. Let's keep it a buck, right? Let's keep it a buck. No pun intended. But 50 isn't just getting back. He's enforcing consequences. 50 is giving Meech the karma that he feels he deserves. He don't have to wait for karma. He's going to give him 50's karma. And Meech isn't innocent either now. Let's take this straight. He stood on his own principles, knowing the risks. He knew the risks once he hooked up with Rick Ross, but he stood on his principles, saying, man, my brand is bigger than that. You can't lock me into one alliance, And this is what happens when business meets ego. Loyalty meets independence, and power meets pride, right? Nobody's hands are clean, but everybody's choices are clear. All right? Now, so I'm not here to pick sides, right? I'm here to ask questions the streets understand. Because in real life, intent don't erase impact. So that means, okay, Meech didn't intend to hurt Terry when he gave his side of the story. Meech didn't intend to violate or disrespect 50 Cent by hooking up with Rick Ross. But intent don't erase the impact of what just trickled down from this. Now, here go 10 street code controversial questions for you, right? And I want y'all to put it in the comments and answer this. Remember to subscribe and hit the like button, man, and put even emoji in the comment because they've been suppressing me because I ain't been on in a minute and some other things. So I need y'all to engage in the comments to keep this moving so I can get back in the algorithm. Now, if a man's put your son in position, do you owe him loyalty or just respect? In other words, being that 50 Cent put Little Meech in position, does Big Meech owe him loyalty or just respect? Put it in the comments. Is standing next to an enemy always betrayal, or does context matter? Do you feel that by Big Meech standing next to Rick Ross, that was betrayal to 50 Cent? Or it depends on the context, which is that he was trying to do a concert that 50 could have paid for and did himself. So y'all put it in the comments. Did 50 protect his principles or punish a whole family? Did 50 protect his principles or punish a whole family? Now, should Big Meech have checked with 50 before linking with Rick Ross? That's the key question. I want y'all to put that in the comment, right? And I need y'all to comment to keep this moving so we get back in the algorithm and share this video. But remember, like and subscribe and all that as well, right? Is cutting off Little Meech fair street consequences or crossing the line? Do you think 50 Cent was wrong for cutting off Little Meech, or you think he crossed the line? When brothers disagree, who has the right to tell the story? Put that in the comments. Who you think had the right to tell the story? Terry or Meech? All right, and you can't say both. Give me one or the other. Who you think has the right to tell the story? All right. Now, is Terry speaking his truth or being used as a chess piece by 50 Cent? Somebody put that in the comment. That's a good one. Does loyalty expire once a debt feels paid? Do you think that Big Meech felt that the loyalty expired that he was supposed to have towards 50 Cent because 50 Cent also made a bag off the joint? So it was a business venture? Put that in the comments. That's what I want to know, right? Is Terry speaking his truth or being used as a chess piece? Remember that. That's the one I want to know. Does loyalty expire once a debt feels paid? In street code, what matters more? Who fed you or who you are? What matters more? Who fed you or who you are? Now, does it think it matters that 50 Cent fed him? Or it matters that he's Big Meech from BMF? Let's keep it going. And y'all put in the comment, who owns the brand now? Do 50 Cent own it? Do the movie company own it? Do the Meech's Flenory own it? Do, Terry Southwest T Flenory own it? Put it in the comments. If this was you, would you stand on pride or preserve the bag? Said Big Terry and say, nah, man, you fell out with my brother, you fall out with me. Don't tell me none of y'all didn't think that. 50 Cent cut off Big Meech, right? After he cut off Big Meech and his son, he goes to his brother and said, come on, I'm going to put you on now. Do you think his brother should have told 50 to kick rocks? Do you think his brother is being disloyal to Meech by even hooking up with 50 Cent, doing this fire joint that I can't wait to see, and I'm recommending y'all go see because I definitely love 50's movement. Let's just keep it 100. But he playing chess with these dudes and they don't understand. If you're not from the street, you're not going to understand what and where 50 Cent is coming from, man. But anyway, morals and principles, right? Here's the lesson, and this is real talk. Street code ain't about feelings. It's about foresight, right? Every move costs something. Every alliance sends a message. And every principle comes with a price tag. You don't get to choose consequences. Only your actions you get to choose. So before you stand somewhere, ask yourself, right? Who loses if I do this? Who paid for it more? Or who paid for me to be here? And am I really ready to stand on it when the lights go off? All right, meaning now that the bag is cut off, is Big Meech and Little Meech willing to stand on that or what? Right? Now, that's street code, that's morals, that's principles. Now, talk to me in the comments and let me know how you feel about this, right? But my thing is that I want y'all to understand is, right now, Southwest T is gonna have the mic to tell his side of the story. All that Meech went and protected him. I heard a whole different version how he wound up getting shot in the eye. My condolences to the brother for that. But he gets to tell his side. So you know it's not gonna be the same, or else 50 Cent wouldn't have picked it up. So what do you think Southwest T is gonna be talking about that wasn't real? Excuse me, in the Big Meech side of the BMS story? Y'all put it in the comments. Y'all let me know. I just want to know what's really going on with this and, where it's at, right? Because right now, let me ask you something, right? And don't answer too fast. What's worse in the street, betrayal or enforcing the code? What is worse in the streets, betrayal or enforcing the code? Because right now, 50 Cent is being called petty while Big Meech is being called disloyal. And one move just cost the whole family the bag. Like I said, this ain't about TV. This ain't about entertainment. This is about street ethics, loyalty, and lines you don't cross. Big Meech linked with Rick Ross. 50 Cent didn't argue. Like I said, he didn't debate. He didn't do none of that. But here's where it turns cold. 50 like I said, he didn't walk away. He handed the microphone to Big Meech's brother, Terry Flenory. So what do you think Terry's going to say now? Y'all put that in the comments. Now, the other side of the story is about to be told. And, you know, this is something else that you just got to really sit back and ask yourself, you know, what would you do in this situation? A man put your nephew on, put your brand on the map, and then your brother, the father of the nephew, come home and hooks up with that man that looks out for your nephew and put your brother's brand and yours on the map. And then that man cuts off your brother and then cuts off your nephew, and then now you pick up the mic and say, I'll dance for you, 50. You think Terry was wrong? I mean, I'm just saying, man, I'm just asking a question. Y'all put that in the comment. You think Terry wrong for even picking up the mic, hooking up with 50 Cent after the fallout that Meech and Terry had? And if you was Terry, would you do it or not? Y'all put that in the comments. You can't get no more realer than that. 50 playing chess, man. 50 playing chess and dudes sitting back, they not even playing checkers. They not even on the board because they not paying attention to what's happening. A man puts you on, you loyal to him. I'm still loyal to the first man that gave me my first kilo of cocaine. And here it is 40 years later. I'm still loyal to him. Loyalty is eternal. Loyalty goes to the grave. That's why some stories go to the grave. So I hope Big Terry don't reveal certain stories about the family or the brand that should have went to the grave, because rest in peace, my brother's gone, and there's certain stories and things I would never speak on. Now I put it in my autobiography. Once I'm passed away, my grandkids could eat off of that, because by then it won't matter, because we'll be generations and generations and generations later. But y'all tell me if you think Big Terry is wrong for picking up the mic for 50 Cent, man. All right, make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel, Juanita Mecca Audio. Subscribe to my man, Real Boss TTTV, Real Boss TTTV at YouTube for the banging soundtrack music. To just sit back and vibe. If you want to hear prison stories, go to Unique Mecca Audio Prison Story. And don't forget Mecca Audio TV. And make sure you follow me over on Instagram, the same name as this. And please subscribe, like, and comment to get me back in the rotation. Let's keep it moving. All right?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. What?
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. Heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Real. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio.